Hey, 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 I'm back to play. And so is Wilson. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show. Today we are going to talk about can you see this? Student behavior. Woo! You precious little kid on my lap. Look. First and foremost, I want to thank you again for liking and subscribing to my channel. I reached 100 subscribers. Woo! I don't know how, but thank you. I know I have not been very active on this YouTube channel, but I'm going to change that. I was doing some mental and physical healing for personal reasons, but I plan to be posting videos a little more frequently on here. I've been teaching at VIP Kid for almost 2 years now and have been blessed with meeting 1,000 students in China and teaching over 4,000 classes. So I've had pretty much every type of student behavior come up in my classroom. What exactly is student behavior to me? To me, I would replace the word behavior with personalities, because everyone has a different personality, and especially in our age range, we tend to have a lot of shy students, very extreme extroverts, all types on the spectrum. Some students may even have ADD and may not know it. They get distracted very easily. So I don't like to use the term misbehavior. I don't believe that students, especially little humans, misbehave for no reason or act unaccording to norms. Behind every misbehavior is a misunderstanding. Why is the student acting out? Why is the student not paying attention? Are they genuinely not interested in the topic? Are they scared and they're masking it by scribbling on the screen or refusing to answer or attempt an answer? Are they scared of being wrong? Are they genuinely just a very shy person, very timid, and they don't speak? And maybe it comes across as misbehavior, as not wanting to participate. So I think that if we change our mindset and we look at them as equals and we look at them as people rather than just kids, then we may want to take the time to understand their behaviors and find out the why behind these behaviors, which will help you adapt your teaching style. This may be easier said than done. How do we apply those concepts to brand new students we've never met until this moment? We only have 25 to 28 minutes to teach the full lesson and to recognize their personalities and adapt our lesson to their level as well as their personalities. How does one do that? It sounds very stressful and impossible, but I guess I found a trick to it. The first and foremost, most important thing before I even think about teaching the lesson is knowing my student. Within the first 3 or 4 minutes, I try to find out as much as I can about that student's personality by picking up on their nonverbal cues and asking them yes or no questions, because that is a good way to get to know a student that is on any level. You know, everyone can nod yes or no. If they don't nod yes or no, then maybe they don't understand, or maybe they're shy. So if they're shy and they don't respond, then I just say, okay, well, I like ice cream. I like this. I like that. And I will show them and do this or hearts, show some way that I'm telling them my interests. So if I want to find out if they also like ice cream, I'll hold a prop of ice cream and I'll say, do you like ice cream? Yes or no? And that is universal language to me. So at that point, if they don't respond, then you know for some reason they do not want to participate. They're actively not participating, or consciously, I should say. So that is when you say, okay, this is not a language barrier, this is a personality, and I need to adapt my teaching to this student, because many people don't realize until you actually are a teacher or you watch these type of videos is that I am not just a teacher to these students. I am a counselor. I am a friend. In some cases, I have been a motherly figure or like a big sister to some of these students. And that's why I think our job is much more complex and more important, because we have to be aware of this and we have to be very sensitive to this concept of being more than just a teacher. And I think that's when we have our most passionate teachers, our most understanding, creative, and willing to adapt to students, because I know sometimes we get stuck in our ways of teaching and we get scared of having to improvise on the spot, try something new that we're not comfortable with, we're not used to, but for the sake of the comfort of our student. And I think we do always have to put our students' comfort first in order to be a good teacher. And I have found that that is what most parents like about my teaching style, is that I adapt to each student on the spot. If my student is shy, I will calm myself down a little bit since I am a little extroverted, and I will meet them in the middle. It's really important to talk and communicate with our students as equals. And I don't mean as, adults or me having to talk like a 5-year-old, but respect them in such a way. Give them the benefit of the doubt before you claim them a misbehaving child, impossible to teach, impossible to learn, give them a bad rating, because I've actually taught many students where they had awful ratings and really not very nice comments from teachers that were frustrated that could not get through to this child. I found a way to mold my class so that he would find it interesting, to at least be engaged for those 25 minutes. Even if he hates English, at least he felt like we were hanging out or playing, and this seems to work for every level. If I have a student who is just not interested whatsoever, you can tell that they don't want to learn English, they are just pleasing mom and dad or whatever the case may be, and they do not want to be there. As a teacher, it's very, very defeating to teach someone like that, because teachers are emotional creatures and we get very defeated when a student does not want to be there because we really want to be there. We can't change their minds in 25 minutes. We can't force them to love to learn something that they are not interested in. I just have to accept that, okay, this student does not like this subject. It's not personal and it's okay, and we will get through this. If they're at a level where they can speak and tell me, answer these open-ended questions, I will ask them, well, honey, you gotta like something on this earth. And sometimes I talk to them like that. I find that when I speak to my students the way they speak to me, it catches their attention. I'm not saying that, if a 5-year-old's talking to you like this, that you have to talk to them like this too. What I mean is I talk to them more so as friends than students. I will just ask them, do you not like English? Are you bored? Why are you bored? What's wrong? I will talk to them because I'm genuinely concerned as to what's wrong. What happened today that you don't want to learn today? Or why do you look so uninterested? Is this really that miserable? Sometimes I will try to get their attention or a reaction, any type of engagement that will help them focus, even if it's for 1 second, or practice some type of English. Let's say they are scribbling or looking to the side or just dead quiet. I will stop talking and I will mimic their behavior. I will mimic their body language, and I will exaggerate the way they're making me feel so that they can see that it's not polite. I stop talking. And then all of a sudden, they are interested and curious as to why the teacher stopped talking. I don't speak until they speak first. I will sit there as long as it takes. Only if this is a student that has absolutely not participated whatsoever, which unfortunately does happen sometimes, because at this point, I know we're not going to finish the lesson. But if I can at least get him to engage on one activity or something, then it's worth the wait time of pouting. And at this point, they start to chuckle. And this is what you want. You want to get them on your good side. You want to show them that, hey, we both got to be here. Let's make the best of it. I'm sorry you don't like English, but maybe you'll like me, and maybe we will have a good time. So then he slowly starts to participate, but he's very apathetic, which is fine. That's okay. You're speaking English. Great. But I like to see how far I can go with it. So he's reading like this. In China, people speak Chinese. In America, people speak English. So instead of being my normal self to try to get his attention and get another chuckle out of him, I mimic that. Then instead of asking, great, and what do you think about Chinese culture? Like how I would normally ask, I would say, yes, good, correct. Now, moving on, can you tell me about Chinese culture? And it's fun because I will not break character. And then he's just so thrown off and surprised that he laughs. And then I laugh. And then we end up being friends. And at least for the last 10 minutes, he's focused, he's engaged, and he's happy. And my end goal after every class is to have my student smiling and have my student learn something well. Whether it's one concept, whether it's phonics, anything, at least that they got something significant out of my lesson, and that they will remember our fun times and hopefully want to come back. Now, for my level 1, bless their heart, babies that are all over the place, literally just and it's really hard to get their attention. Props, honey. Level 1, you have to have mega props, and not digital props. You need physical props. If Dino doesn't get their attention, alright, you gotta go to the rubber chicken. Make some noise to get their attention. Put the chicken in front. Or, if they're being quiet, then I use the remote and I pretend like they're a TV channel that is not working. I say, it's not working. I can't hear you. Hello? Is this the wrong channel? And they start to laugh, even though they can't understand me. They can, assume what I'm trying to get out of them. Or I will just make funny faces. And I will use this. And I will give them a big eye. Where's Cynthia? I don't see Cynthia. Hello? When they leave the screen, sometimes they just run off, right? And mom and dad aren't there. So I just try to basically act like their favorite show on TV. So no matter what they're doing, I suddenly become more interesting than their distraction. So it's like distracting them with another distraction and then tricking them into learning English. It sounds evil, but it works. I know I kind of rambled and wasn't very organized with this, but I'm just trying to speak my mind and not overthink anything or make these videos perfect. My cat is playing with his favorite ball and it makes so much noise. Sorry. Anyway, aside from the noise, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. If you have any other questions, want me to do a part 2, something I didn't touch, something else that comes up, please feel free to leave a comment or DM me on Instagram. Do it for the kiddos. Everything, do it for the kiddos. And I will try to address it on my next video. So, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time.